the purpose of meditation is not to get into a state of stillness. That's not the purpose. The purpose of meditation is to watch your awareness. And so if your awareness is jumping up into thought, as long as you're observing yourself jumping up into thought, you're still meditating. Meditation is fundamentally awareness of awareness. So there's not actually such thing as distraction. In that sense, this was like a revelation for me at the first Shinzen Young retreat I ever did. One of the assistants, very talented teacher, was leading a meditation, and he was noting for all of us, notice when your mind wanders this way and just watch it wander. Notice when there's a sound, there's various sounds outside. Notice when your attention gets pulled to a sound. Watch it get pulled to the sound. If there's pain in your body, watch your awareness get pulled to the pain in your body. And as you're watching, as long as you're observing it, is there any such thing as a distraction? And that was such a revelation. I was like, as long as I'm aware of what's happening, I'm meditating. If we're just spun out into the thought and not even aware that we're thinking, like those are the moments. And I think that's kind of what you're getting at, where I'm just kind of storytelling in my mind, and then I realize, oh wait, we're meditating right now. Of course, that's not meditation, but it's not a problem to be thinking as long as you're aware that you're thinking. Does that make sense? So there's an observer of the awareness, and as long as you're as long as you're taking the point of observer, you're still in meditation. And then the thinking becomes kind of like clearing a mental inbox, because we all have this mental emotional material that's kind of in backlog in our system. Throughout the day, we go through our daily life. Girl texts you, makes you upset. You got all kinds of thoughts about the sessions, lots of new energy. We all came here yesterday. There's all kinds of stuff stirred up for all of us. And that's got to have space to process, and we process it by becoming aware of it. Awareness is like a metabolizer, right? So it's clearing the sort of mental emotional inbox, and in that way, meditation might not be super still and peaceful and quiet, but the purpose of meditation is not to be still and peaceful and quiet. It's to remove what's in the way of being still and peaceful and quiet all the time, which is the mental emotional material that's stirred up. So tomorrow, for those who are going through challenge or difficulty, maybe that it feels long and your mind's wandering, when are we going to be finished? We actually got collectively into a relatively still state about halfway through. And, it didn't last long, but it wasn't short either. Collectively, it was quite calm. And then around 35 minutes or so, I could feel tangibly everybody's energy cave in on me, when is this going to be over? I was like, not yet. So it's when those thoughts come up, when is this going to be over? My body hurts, my mind won't stop thinking, my emotions. Our only job there is to just observe it and be aware of it. And there's no promises that you're going to like what you're aware of. That's meditation. That's leaning into discomfort. So keep that in mind for tomorrow. It's not a problem if you're thinking, as long as you're aware at the same time. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the spirit we should be taking in throughout the whole day, where we're constantly aware of what we're doing as well.
The practice is to always be observing. Right. Always. There's never a time to shut your awareness off, ideally. That's the higher practice, is always there's, what's going on, my thoughts about something, my emotions about something, my actions, my words, but there's still back here an observer. I'm observing myself speaking to you. And then it gets even trippier into observing the observer and the observer's reactions and all this sort of meditative jujitsu, but all that matters really is just observe. And observe with neutrality, ideally, without judging the crazy thoughts or the emotions or the pain. You just observe it. So anyway, we'll get into meditation tomorrow, but I want to touch on that briefly just so that hopefully we can make some progress tomorrow's session. We'll go through a full instructional session, and then the practices will get deeper as the week goes on.